boy Duplex, the skinniest Arsenal fan in the world anywhere, with yet more football subject matter to discuss with you guys. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everybody, everywhere in the world. But before I start reviewing today's show, I'm going to give you a heads up that our channel name has changed from Fans of Arsenal Cast Fact to Football Forecasters. There's two reasons for the change. First reason is because there's much more to this show than just talking about Arsenal. You've seen us talking about Champions League, you've seen us talking about Manchester United, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, and other teams. So, and hopefully, starting next season, and also starting with the Euros, you're going to be seeing more people involved in the channel and more ideas and more content. So hopefully, God willing, that's the direction we are going to take, and inshallah. So there you go. So today it's almost game 38 of 38. That is match day 38 of 38. So today we are going to review the table and assess the title battle. We'll look at the Champions League places, of which it's already secured anyway, and we are going to talk about the relegation battle. Also, we are going to predict all the fixtures for all the games this weekend, and then I'm going to give my verdict on Mikel Arteta so far. So let's go. So first things first, we're going to review the table, and as you know, or as you might know, Man City is currently top of the table with 37 games played, followed by Arsenal, Liverpool, and Aston Villa. Those are the top four, and it's going to remain so regardless of whatever score. So the only position that is open for change is Man City, because if Man City draw, then Arsenal are going to win the Premier League. Yeah, so but apart from Man City and Arsenal, Liverpool are going to finish third and Aston Villa are going to finish fourth. So just to give you more information, Man City, with that 7 games played for all the teams, they have won 27 games, drawn 7 and lost 3, compared to Arsenal, who have won 27 as well. They have drawn 5 and lost 2 more than Man City. So that could have been where the title might be lost, because Man City turned 2 losses into draws. So the goal difference, Manchester City has 60 compared to Arsenal's 61. The points, Man City has 88 compared to Arsenal's 86. So Man City has to win the final game of the season for them to be champions. So if they lose or draw and Arsenal win their game, because as it is right now, Arsenal has a superior goal difference with one goal. So Man City definitely have to win against West Ham in the weekend, which makes it an interesting set of games, the 2 games. So because if Man City draw the game and Arsenal win, then Arsenal is going to have 89 points, and they're going to tie with Man City at 89. But Arsenal already has a superior goal difference, so that's how Arsenal are going to win. Because if they draw, basically they're going to stay the same goal difference, and Arsenal is going to have more goal difference if they win their game. So that's how the mathematics works. So those are going to be a top two, and Liverpool is going to be third. Aston Villa is going to be fourth. Just to break it down, Liverpool have 79 points, Aston Villa have 68. So Aston Villa will not be able to catch Liverpool with one game, and so will Liverpool not be able to catch Arsenal. So going on, it looks like Chelsea, if Chelsea win their game and Tottenham lose, Chelsea might finish above Tottenham because they have a superior goal difference. Chelsea have 13, Tottenham have 10. But this will only work only if Tottenham lose their game. So if Tottenham draw, it's not good for Chelsea. And now it also looks like Chelsea is going to finish 6th or 5th. Just looking at the table here. Unless, of course, they lose and Tottenham win, because Tottenham have a superior goal difference. Manchester are tied with Newcastle at 57 points apiece. Oh man, Manchester United have a really poor goal difference. Oh my goodness, they have -3 goal difference at this point of the season. My God. Yep, so basically Manchester United cannot go above Chelsea because of the goal difference. Even if Chelsea lose, Manchester United is still not going to finish higher than 6th in the table. So West Ham will play Man City. Okay, this is interesting because I know it's not interesting. West Ham, they cannot catch United in 8th. But can they be caught? And they cannot be caught by Brighton. So basically, oh my God. Well. So West Ham have nothing to play for. Win or lose, West Ham are going to finish 9th in the table, which makes that game with Manchester City very interesting for Arsenal. Everton as well have nothing to play for. Basically, they are going to finish 15th as well. So those are two games where Arsenal and Man City have to win, and West Ham and Everton don't have to win. They can get any result. So this favors Man City. It favors Man City, but Man City still have to go and play and win. Very, very interesting. Anyway, that is a top 10. Let's see. Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, so Wolves, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth and Brighton are fighting to be in the top half of the table, and Brighton is currently leading with 48 points. Bournemouth has 48 points as well, but with a lesser goal difference. Crystal Palace has 46 points and Wolves have 46 points. So any of those 4 teams can finish in the top half of the table at number 10. Looking at the relegation battle. So the relegation is between, well, Sheffield is already confirmed relegated, and so is Burnley, because Burnley have 24 points. There's no way they can catch Nottingham, who have 29. So it's only Luton. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's no relegation battle. All the teams have been relegated, because Luton has 26 points. Nottingham Forest have 29. That's 3 points. But not the goal difference. Luton have 31, negative 31. Nottingham Forest have negative 19. So there's no way they can make up that goal difference with one game. So relegation is already confirmed. Oh, it doesn't make the weekend very interesting. It's gonna be a very boring set of games, to be honest. There's not a lot to be played for. It's only Manchester City and Arsenal who are really competing for something. Relegation is pretty much confirmed. Rest for the top, to be in the top half of the table doesn't mean much. Top 4 is already confirmed. Oh, it's gonna be one of the most boring last day fixtures. Anyway, so one thing I have to mention, I've noticed that Arsenal is not getting as much credit as they deserve, because if you look at the table right now, Arsenal and Manchester City are the only teams to have won 5 straight games. They have won the last 5 games, the only 2 teams in the Premier League. And if you see the gap between Arsenal and Liverpool is right now, it's at 7 points. So that's a massive gap. So, and the gap between Man City and Arsenal is only 2 points. Man City have won the last, I think, like 6 or 7 Premier League titles. So the fact that Arsenal is the only team to have been able to challenge them all the way. Remember, Liverpool have been leading pretty much the whole season, for most of the season, much like Arsenal did last season. And there's this Liverpool fan who was giving me a lot of stick, saying that Liverpool cannot fumble like Arsenal did the previous season. So who fumbled the ball now? So Arsenal deserve a lot of respect from where they have come from, but that doesn't mean that I'm overly excited with the season. There's like a 90% chance that Man City retain the title. There's no shame in that. They have like a top coach, they have top players, so there's no shame in Man City doing it again. There's no shame for Arsenal losing it out. But Arsenal, I feel they don't get the respect they deserve a lot from pundits and other fans. Manchester United fans, Steve, where are you? They've been giving Arsenal fans a lot of stick, saying that Arsenal is this and that, Arsenal is not good enough, Arsenal cannot win the league. Well, I just have a question. Well, where are you? What are you doing? What's your team doing? Arsenal this, Arsenal that. Manchester United fans cannot get Arsenal off their mouths, and that's a fact. Everybody knows that. So Manchester United, focus with with their own problems, and let Arsenal deal with their own problems. You have a lot more problems than Arsenal do. Probably you have more problems than all the Premier League teams combined. So just focus with your problems and leave Arsenal alone. So especially when I was saying respect, especially Manchester United fans, you need to give Arsenal the respect that they deserve. So let us review the fixtures. So all the games, if you're watching from Kenya, all the games will be at 6 p.m. The first game, Liverpool versus Wolves. For me, both teams have nothing to lose. Let me just check the table again, see where Wolves are. Oh, so if Wolves win, they finish top 10. But I still think Liverpool is going to be too strong for Wolves at home. So I'm going for Liverpool win. Sheffield versus Tottenham. Sheffield is already relegated. They may want to finish the season strongly, not at home. But I reckon Tottenham, who wants to finish, I want to remain fifth. Will want to win that game. And judging from the way they played against Man City, they lost the game, but they had like a good fight and only lost because of small margins. I think Tottenham is going to be too strong for Sheffield. Luton versus Fulham. That's a no-meaning game. Luton already relegated. Fulham safe. Luton at home. I reckon maybe Luton wins the game to finish the season brightly. Then Manchester United versus Brighton. This is going to be interesting. Brighton is at home. Manchester away. Brighton want to finish in the top half of the table, and Man City will want to finish in a more respectable position. Brighton have not been consistent this season, so I believe that game is going to be a draw. Man City versus West Ham. This is a tricky game. If you are an Arsenal fan, tricky because West Ham are pretty much going to maintain the position they are in the table, win or lose. They're going to finish, was it 15th? Just a minute. They're going to finish 9th. So they have the Conference League place secured. They are not going to finish higher than that. They're not going to finish lower than that. So basically they have nothing to lose, nothing to gain as well. So that is going to be David Moyes' penultimate game in his second stint at West Ham. Of course, Declan Rice would try to text his former friends to help him and his Arsenal team to win the title. I remember Antonio also spoke about this game about 5 games before, 5 to 7 games ago, and he said that he reckons West Ham are going to finish the game, are going to win the game or get something from the game if Arsenal is going to be still in it. But he also added that because they'll be fighting for those Champions League places, I mean European rather places. But now since they're going to finish ninth, win or lose, I just hope they do it for us, do it for your guy. Come on, at least get a draw. Try and win the game for the coach departing. For me, I'm going to predict this game with my heart. West Ham are going to draw the game. It's going to end 2-2 or 3-3. Let me say 2-2. Arsenal versus Everton. Everton is going to finish 15th, win or lose, similar to West Ham. They have nothing to play for, no point to gain. No position in the table to gain, no position to lose. So this should be a straightforward win for Arsenal. If you remember last season, it was also coincidentally our last game of the season, and we won 5-0. And I reckon the score is not going to be much further than that. I reckon Arsenal is going to win at least 3-0 and win the title. Yeah, it's okay, you can have your own opinion. Mine is Arsenal is going to win the title. I have to believe so. So, Brentford versus Newcastle. I'm going to predict a draw for that one. 2-2. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. Aston Villa have already qualified for Europe, for Champions League. Crystal Palace are safe, but they're fighting for, yes, they're one of the teams fighting to finish in the top half of the table. I think Crystal Palace are also home, and they've been playing pretty damn well the last few games. So I think Crystal Palace wins that game. Burnley versus Nottingham Forest. This is now looking like a Division 2 fixture. Oh, sorry. I beg your pardon. Nottingham is not relegated. Luton is. So Burnley will want to finish the season strongly. They're at home. But I think Nottingham Forest has been somewhat okay. I think this is going also to be a draw. There's going to be a lot of draws the last game. So finally, Chelsea versus Bournemouth. Chelsea is trying to finish 5th. They're trying to pass Tottenham. Against Bournemouth, Chelsea is going to win that game. I see Chelsea winning the game. So there you have it. Those are my predictions. I predicted Arsenal to win the title. From my heart, I have to believe, and it's not over until it is over, and it's not over yet. So until it's over, until Man City leave that league, I still have a chance. I still think I have a chance, and I'm going to back Arsenal to do it. So that's that. We're going to now give a verdict on Arteta. So for me, it depends with the way the season ends. Of course, if you win the league, it's going to be Arteta is going to get all the credit, and if we lose, Arteta is going to get all the blame as well. So are we going to win the league? Chances are very small. Still possible, but very small. But I'll tell you what I don't like about Arteta. I think Arteta has been exhibiting an arrogance. The game against Aston Villa, which is the game that as cost us this league. He decided to start with Havertz in midfield because he was asked by a journalist if he said, okay, just to put it this way, the journalist put it to Arteta that he bought Havertz for midfield, but he's been playing very well in the number 9 position. So is that something that changed within the season? Is he more comfortable with Havertz in the number 9 position? Something of the sort. Arteta replied and said that he can still play in the 8th position. And playing Havertz in the 8th position when you have Jorginho in the bench, who had been playing very well up to that point. Having Partey, Partey was still coming back, but playing Havertz in midfield, that is disrespect to Tielemans and McGinn, because those are 2 top players. And basically that's what cost us the game, because in the second half, Aston Villa won the midfield battle. In the first half, Arsenal had been playing well up to that point. So for I think that was disrespectful from Arteta. That was arrogant, and it's cost us the title basically. So he tends to make these kind of mistakes. Not many people would remember this, but some few seasons ago, when Lokonga was still playing for Arsenal, his first season, he clearly had not adapted to the Premier League. We were chasing top 4. We were chasing Champions League against Tottenham. I remember we lost by 1 point, and Partey got injured, so he was playing Lokonga in Partey's position, and it took him 3 games to realize that Lokonga was not good enough at that moment to play at the position 6. And when he changed Elneny to do the number 6 role, it was a little too late, and that's how Tottenham were able to finish above us. So Arteta has a mistake or 2 in him, and usually prove to be costly. And also, I've been lucky to have been a football fan for a long time, and managers who win the league, usually they don't say we're there, we're going to win the league, or I am hopeful we're going to win the league. They usually say it's 1 game at a time, and they usually have these brain games that they usually throw at other coaches. Guardiola has done it a few times this season. Arteta has not done it even once. I usually watch all his press conferences. So when it really matters, Arsenal players tend to cave in under Arteta. So Arteta, to me, is exhibiting more signs of, is being more like Wenger than Guardiola in terms of saying that we are still there, we're going to win the title or something like that. He still believes up to this point that Arsenal is going to win the title. Well, I hope he's right, because I'm starting to, it's been 4 seasons. Not many managers get 4 seasons at a club with the backing that he's had. Remember, Arteta has had 65 million to spend, and decides to spend that on Havertz. knowing very well Partey is not reliable. He has a history of being injured basically ever since he's been at Arsenal. So with the money that he had, 65 million, decides to buy Havertz, who for me cannot play midfield. For me, just cannot play in midfield. And also, as a striker, is not a top level striker that Arsenal. I think if we had a top level striker, I think we easily win this league. Okay, not easily, but I think we win more games. I think, or we don't lose more games. So there's some questions. That Arteta, is reaching that point where I'm like, we need to see something now. Apart from the FA win in his first season and a couple of community shields, which basically nobody even talks about. I'm starting to. It's reaching that point where now it's do or die for Arteta. He's walking on thin ice. So we'll see about that. But for me, if we don't win the league next season, if it doesn't get the transfer rate in the summer and you don't win the league, because you have to be almost perfect to win the league, because Guardiola is a greedy man. He's going to win 10 in a row if you let him. So we'll see about that. But I'm starting to have, I don't want to say doubts, but something close to that with Arteta. Anyway, with that said and done, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And please give us feedback on what your thoughts are. Make your predictions in the comment section. Remember to like the channel, share and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you after the season is over to review the season, give predictions, not predictions rather, but we're going to rate the players in the next show. So please stay tuned for more after the Premier League is over. So thanks again, and have a good time. Thank you. Bye.